Today we're actually going to be looking at the D'Addario Folk EJ33 Bronze ball end, classical ball end. I don't know if you see that there. These are the ball end. Let's just try and get that in focus. Yeah, and they're the EJ33 Bronze with clear nylon. Okay, I did actually do a review on the EJ32 Cs, which are silver plated. Wow, these are the ball end ones as well. I did that a while back, and I'll leave you a link in the description below to that review. And someone on that review in the comments actually asked me to look at these ones, which are the EJ33s, which are the bronze, EJ33 bronze strings there with the ball ends. So I only fitted them on last night. Let's have a little look. I'll put them on my my Taylor Academy 12E nylon guitar string. A couple of little things I'll say about them. Obviously with the ball end, as you can see, let's get that in the camera. The ball end strings there, as you can see, they're much easier to fit. You're not having to tie any knots at the back end here, so they're much quicker to fit. And they've got a couple of advantages. Obviously that's the first one, is they're far quicker to fit and change. Because you're not tying any knots. The second one, not so obvious, is if you look at the bridge there, we can get that in focus, you'll see the attack angle off the bridge, if I can get that in the camera, is much tighter than if you'd actually put them on with knots, because when you tie the knots on there, you'll find that they do tend to lift a little bit, and so they'll actually reduce the attack angle. And that in theory should give you slightly more volume. It's not going to affect it a lot, but it should give you slightly more volume on the guitar. And of course the third advantage is if you're out gigging live and you break one, you can just pop one straight on there, just same as you would do with any acoustic steel type guitar strings. One little tip I will give you straight away. You'll notice that first thing is I haven't cut the ends off yet on the back end there. You can see that. Haven't cut the ends off for the simple reason is sometimes with the ball ends I have heard that the ball will pop off, and so I've left it on there for at least a week, left them on there without cutting the ends there, so that if it does pop off I can just pull a bit more through and put a tie on it, so you don't lose the strings, you don't have to go and buy new ones. But what do they sound like? That's what you're here for, so let's have a little listen. These are as I said, the EJ33 classical ball end EJ33 bronze and clear nylon ones. It's traditional nylon, says a traditional nylon tone, and the EJ33 bronze is supposed to be giving you a brighter bass, which according to the D'Addario website is perfect for folk and finger picking, folk and finger style. So let's have a little listen. I've only put them on last night. First impressions with them, they're very nice to play. I actually like the silver plated wound ones for the looks. My personal opinion is I'm not overgone on the bronze look on my nylon string guitar. That's just a personal opinion, it's nothing to do with that. They play very nicely. They don't go out of tune very quickly. I've only put them on last night. I'm used to carbon strings actually on this guitar, so I'm still getting used to the nylon feel and sound, to be honest with you, but they ring out nicely. They've got a lovely sustain. And then nicely balanced right across the basses and the trebles. As I said, I only fitted them last night, so they are slightly, they're still stretching in. They're nice strummers with a pick. As you can see, they are going out still a bit, stretching in, but there you go. That's all part of nylon strings, unfortunately. They take normally, nylon strings, for those of you who don't know, will take normally 2 to 4 days to actually stretch in and settle down before they actually stay in tune a little bit longer. So don't be upset if this is the first time you ever try them. What's my opinion on them? I quite like them. All right, the 80/20 bronze bases would be ideal for, as I said, folk, finger style guitarists. They're also, because of the ball ends, they can be fitted, as D'Addario say on their website, they can be fitted on a various range of classical, nylon, or even acoustic steel string guitars. So that's one advantage to them. They're not very expensive. I think they were about $10 or 12 euros or something like that on Amazon. I'll leave you a link down below. And they're for fingerstyle, nice. They're soft to play. Whoops. So there you have it. That's the D'Addario Folk Nylon ball end classical guitar strings, 80/20 bronze wound basses, clear nylon trebles. My final opinion on them, I would say lovely for, I think they would sound nicer on a proper classical, maybe cedar top, mahogany back and sides, or walnut back and sides, cedar top and walnut back and sides. This is my Taylor 12EN nylon classical guitar. It actually came fitted with the D'Addario EJ33 FF high tension carbon strings. So I think that I'm not getting the normal volume that I would be getting out of this guitar with these ones on, because the tension on the original strings on this guitar was about £102 overall, and the tension on these ones is actually £83.61. So quite a drop in tension, which is obviously not going to vibrate my soundboard as much as the carbon strings do. I'll just tell you quick there, the dimensions are 28, 32, 40, 31, 37 and 45. Final opinion, lovely strings for folk, fingerstyle, great if you want to put them onto a little parlor guitar, maybe an acoustic parlor guitar, and get that nice sort of nylon sound out of it. These are perfect for that. They're probably not going to stay on my Taylor very long, because they're not, as I said, they're not giving me enough volume and clarity as the other strings was. But apart from that, yes, for your parlor guitars, your standard classical cedar tops and that sort of thing. Beautiful, beautiful sound out of them. Lovely sustain to them. Very soft to play. Up the neck. You don't need a lot of pressure to hold them down, so that's the good thing, and the advantage is you can fit them in 5 minutes. So that was a quick review on the D'Addario Folk Nylon EJ33. Let's put it on that side. See if we can get it into focus. Classical. No, it's not focusing very well at all. Classical ball end nylon strings. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you found it useful. If you have, please don't forget to, I think there's a little button down there. Should be down on that side there somewhere. A little subscribe button. You'll see the red subscribe button there. If you've enjoyed this and found it useful, please share it with all your nylon string buddies. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And also the little bell so you get notified when I upload another string review. I normally upload once a week, something every week on a Saturday, and it'll either be string reviews, guitar reviews, or I'm also uploading a few of my cover songs that you might enjoy as well. So don't forget, thanks for dropping by. Hey, have a great weekend everybody, and I shall see you again next Saturday. Have fun. Bye for now.